Hi, welcome to today's session. This is your barathkumarkarunanidhi, and we are on day 74 of the 90-day content creation challenge. And today we will be continuing, and this today's episode will be the last episode on product metrics series. And today we'll be talking more on product feedback and optimization metrics. So this, of course, the major metrics which we covered in the past sessions is all the important ones, and these minor metrics. I could say it may not be minor metrics, but it is also important one that we need to take care of. So before we move forward, so as I mentioned, so product feedback and optimization. So we'll just look into that in detail. I'll just quickly share my screen. Yeah, hope you see my screen. So as we mentioned, as we were talking about, we had lots of discussion on product metrics since like last five episodes. So we talked about acquisition metrics, conversion metrics, engagement metrics, revenue retention metrics, and then finally we talked about revenue metrics as well. The last video. So today we're going to talk about product feedback and optimization metrics. And here the four different topics that we are going to cover is feature request tracking, user feedback volume, customer sentiment score, and the escalation rate. So we'll just see in detail each one of these, what it is and more details on the same. So feature request tracking. So it's nothing but, so we have a list of feature requests that will be applicable, or that we are planning to go implement inside our product. But what happens is feature request tracking, we get feature requests for the product from the customers, from the end users as such. So they start using the product and they feel something is missing, and they feel that this feature is going to add value to them, or that could they have that input, and they give that as a request to the to us. So that could be from either any other source, be it like user forums or support tickets, social media, or even the app store and play store review section, anything be it. So using that, they get they give us the feature request as a feedback. So this is just a process of capturing, organizing, and managing user requests for new feature or enhancements to the product. So we have the product in place. We get inputs from the end users, that additional features can make it better. So those are the features that we get from them, and we collect it and we track it, and we start implementing in our product in the future sprints. Right, so we collect the feature requests from various sources, various channels, as you mentioned, and then we categorize and prioritize the feature requests. Of course, we do the brainstorming session. We even discussed about the prioritization techniques in the previous videos. So we have a brainstorming session. We do a prioritization and identify which of the features is going to add value. So it's based on user demand, impact, and feasibility. So based on that, we prioritize it high, medium, low, or should must have, should have, could have, won't have, anything be it. So you can prioritize it and then start taking it up to the development team for to add in the sprint. So this activity of feature request tracking helps us to prioritize the product development efforts. So once we prioritize it, we'll be able to take care of which feature is supposed to go for the development, and accordingly the team will work on. And it also helps in product roadmap planning as well. So we might have some set of features in place that after this product is released, this are the next set of features that is going to be starting. I mean, we're going to start development of this set of features. But when we get the customer feedback as an input, and that is, we might actually, when we analyze, we see that data has more importance and demand and value than what we have already planned for. So then obviously we will reprioritize it, and then take that and take the recent request from the customers as a feature to be developed in the next sprint. So we can just plan our roadmap based on the inputs which we receive from the from the end users as such. So for this, again, we have lots of product management tools that we have. We of course maintain Jira, Product Board, Trello. To track, we can use all these tools to track the status of each request. So this is about feature request tracking. And next is about user feedback volume. Of course, when we release a product and people start using our product, and of course they tend to give feedback to us, like they like the product, they don't like the product, they are facing issues somewhere, they want to address these issues for them, they want these issues to be addressed by us for them. So all these things will be getting as feedback. So this means total number of feedback submitted feedback submissions received from users over a specific period of time, say like a month or quarter or half-yearly or annual. So over a specific period of time, how many feedbacks that we received from the end users through various channels as such. So support tickets, media forums, blog, and the comments, review section in the apps, anything. So if it's e-commerce, we have always the review section. Each of the product we have for each of the product we have the reviews in place. And if it's app stores and if it's mobile app, then we have the app store and Play Store to track the reviews there. And we do have the support link in our website as well if we have a product, and we get feedback from them from that mode as well. So anything of that sort, any channels, we get user feedbacks, and this indicates the user engagement and willingness to share their opinions. So which means they like our product very well and they are using the product. That's also a good sign as such, right? So they are using the product well and they feel these things has to be improved further, or this is something they face issue that they feel that we need to address that. So all those things will be shared by them, and this helps in identifying common issues, trends, and areas of improvement. Where is that we have missed out something, we have to focus more on that and improvise that. All those things we'll be able to track and work on that accordingly. So this is mostly on the quantitative measure to evaluate the effectiveness of the feedback channels. So this provides a quantitative measure. So how do we track this? Of course, we have the count. We have the count of number of feedback entries from all channels. Of course, as we mentioned, the surveys, app reviews, customer support interactions, any of these. So we will be using that source and track the number of feedbacks we receive. And the tools like SurveyMonkey, Zendesk, and Intercom can be used to collect and manage feedback. This is about user feedback volume. So next we talk about customer sentiment score. Okay, I think these are more of theoretical kind of information is what I see here. So these three metrics will be like that. The last one will have some calculations involved. That's it. So customer sentiment score. So here this is a measure of customers' attitude and feelings towards a product, service, or brand, typically derived from qualitative feedback. So based on the depends on the quality of the product. So that is how they. So it's like based on the quality of the product, whether the customer likes it or not, they don't like it, or they hate the product, or they love using the product. All those feelings, that's what we say. So all those feelings all will come out from the customers. So that's where the customer sentiment score talks about. So here it provides insights into overall customer satisfaction and the loyalty loyalty from the customers for the product. So it also helps us to identify positive and negative trends in the customer experience. So of course we will have both in place. So of course, as you mentioned, as you know, always one cannot satisfy all the person across the world. So when we have a product, some people will like it madly, and some people will not like it at all. So that is always there. So there is always a positive score and also negative score as well. So we have the scores like positive, neutral, negative, so that we get the feedbacks and then we track it accordingly and take necessary action. How do you want to take it up further? So this can guide in marketing and product development strategies. So based on the feedback that we receive, whether the customers are liking the product or not liking the product. If they are not liking, what is the reason they are not liking it? So if we can do something to improvise the change that behavior or change that attitude towards of the particular end users or a group of users towards the product, so we can do some changes, necessary changes to improvise that in the product, and then see what impact that has among the end users. So this is about customer sentiment score actually. So of course, as I mentioned, it also helps in positive and negative trends in customer experiences. And to analyze the feedbacks and using sentiment analysis tools, to do this, actually, there are also lots of tools in place, and also we have natural language processing (NLP). The software is also there to analyze this sentiment analysis. So all these things can be done with these tools. Say, example, Monkey Learn and Lexalytics. So these two tools, for example, we can use it to track the customer sentiment score. Okay, so this is about the customer sentiment score. Next is about escalation rate. So this talks about the percentage rate at which customer issues are being escalated to the higher levels of support or management for resolution. So when we have some issues with the product, of course we reach out to the support number, we call them up and say this is some issue which you're facing. Sometimes it gets resolved in the first level itself, sometimes it doesn't. Then goes to the senior level of that particular support levels. L1, L2, L3, it depends. So What happens is sometimes we don't get the result at all, and we tend to escalate it to the higher authorities, so that the necessary action gets taken. I mean, they take up the necessary action as soon as possible and resolve our issue. So what is that escalation that's happening? How much escalation is happening? That's what you're talking about here. So okay, this actually, when it says when it is the importance of this is like it is indicate complexity and severity of the customer issues. Whether if it's, of course, if it's a simple one, obviously it will get resolved in the L1 first level itself. But if it's going to be complex, then it goes beyond certain levels, and sometimes that leads to escalation as well. So it also helps us to assess the effectiveness of the first level support. So how far our support team is capable of, and how good it is, and how best we are able to deliver the support service from our side. So high escalation rates may point to underlying product and service issues. If there is high escalation rate, more than 50% escalation happens, then that means there's something glitch. That's a glitch in our product, and some problem is there in our service. So all those things we'll be able to track it based on this metric, and accordingly we can change our strategy, change our change strategies, and do any improvements that we need in our product and service as such. So how do we track this? So we calculate the formula is there as such. So how do we track the escalation rate? The number of escalated cases divided by the total number of support cases. So we have a number of support cases received over a quarter or a month or a half yearly annual. So we take up the number of support cases, and how many cases got escalated to the next level. So how many number of escalated cases are there? That is what we're taking up, and you multiply that into 100. So you get the escalation rate as percentage value. So for example, as you see on the screen, total number of support cases in a year. Say for example, you're receiving around 5,000 support cases in a year for your product or service. So in that 5,000, out of 5,000, we have around escalated cases of 500. 500 is the number of escalated cases during that year. And with that, escalation rate is going to be 500 divided by 5,000 into 100, which is around 10%. So which means 10% of your support issues that is coming through to your support channel are being escalated to higher levels for support and for resolution, for faster resolution. So this is about escalation rate. And for this again, so how do we track this again? Yeah. So the customer support tools, we have Zendesk and Salesforce. For the we can use all these tools to track and manage escalations, so that the issues are not just left off and it's getting addressed properly, and we'll be able to track all those things and keep a tab on all those things, right? So these metrics, actually what we talked about now, which is like user feedback, volume, feature tracking, feature request tracking, customer sentiment score, and also the escalation rate. So all these are essential for understanding the user needs, improving customer satisfaction, and ensuring efficient handling of customer issues in product management. Right, hope you got immense value out of this video, and hope you got information on what actually product feedback and optimization metrics is all about. We found this video interesting, and hope you took lots of notes. Do add in your feedbacks and inputs, and what you learned, what is your learnings in this video, all those in the comments below. And join my Facebook group, join my Facebook page, barathkumarkarunanidhi. The link for that is also in the comment section below. Use that link and join my page, so that, and follow that page, so that you'll be getting more updates on product management related inputs in that page only after this 20-day content challenge. Right, see you again in the next episode. See you again in the next video as such, and until then, this is Barathkumarkarunanidhi signing off. Have a nice day, take care, and bye bye.